Hey Angela, Joe here. I just watched your Welcome 2012 video and I had a few comments to make, so I thought I would make you a video entry. My cat's about to knock this tripod over. First off, I guess Happy New Year to you. I don't really technically celebrate this as the New Year. I celebrate March 21st. Yeah, that's the cat knocking the tripod. Yeah, the beginning of spring is kind of my New Year. But regardless, you and I are very similar in the way we think, and I just watched your video and I was kind of agog because you think so much like I do with regards to what your mission in life is, or that you feel like you're supposed to be doing something bigger than what you know, like you're destined for greater things. I've always felt that I was destined for greater things, and very much I felt that it had to do with, I would never use the word healing, but healing is probably the right genre. Well, look who's come to visit us. So this is Eli, my 17-year-old kitty. I know he's very, very old and stinky. He's usually very noisy, but he's quiet at the moment. I definitely feel like I am destined to kind of help people in some way, to make life better for people. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that I really felt like I was blessed with a lot of gifts, one of which is a lot of confidence, and I really accept myself as I am, and that's a very rare thing, and I feel like I need to be a mentor to people. I've always felt that way. And so anyway, what brought this video, there were two things I wanted to mention. One was that several years ago through work, I had to take this stupid corporate course called I didn't have to, I chose to. It was called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And you may have read the book or heard about the book. Sorry, it's noisy in here. That's my dishwasher going to, and the wash is going as well. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I would not necessarily recommend the course or the 7-part series or the 7-week series or whatever, because it's a lot of corporate mumbo jumbo, and it's I really yawned my way through 6 of the 7 weeks, but 1 week changed my life, and I did want to tell you about that. The chapter, I believe, was called Begin with the End in Mind, and a lot of it had to do with kind of knowing who you're meant to be and working backwards from there. And the way that you kind of identified who you're meant to be was based on well, I'll give you the little, if you want to do this exercise, I did it, and it really changed my life. You have to imagine that you live to be 112 or whatever, and that just suspend disbelief for a minute and pretend that everybody has outlived you. I'm just going to pause this for a second. Sorry about that. This video camera was about to die, so I had to plug it in and move it back so it would reach the outlet. Okay, so the chapter was called Begin with the End in Mind, and the exercise was to suspend disbelief and pretend that you've lived a full and complete life, and that you die at some obscenely long-lived age. But for whatever reason, everybody that you love and is meaningful to you has outlived you. So just pretend that for a minute. So at your funeral, everybody's there. And what are they saying about you? And so you had to make this list of the things you are. So in my case, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a computer technician, I'm a politician, I'm a pundit on TV sometimes. I know that's weird. Anyway, all these things that are important to you, how you define yourself as who you are. You had to come up with a list of those things. And then in the adjoining column put the people that are related. So I'm a daughter to Maggie, I'm a sister to Anne-Marie, blah, blah, blah. So then you take this list of people and you picture them at your funeral, and they're giving your eulogy. And what are they saying? So you write down the key words, you can write down sentences, or you can make videos, or you could do whatever you need to do to get in their head and imagine what they are thinking of you after you've died. And this was really powerful because the key words kept coming up time and time again in mine, which were inspiration. I really wanted to be an inspiration to people. I wanted to be remembered for being fearless. And I wanted to remember for being a writer. These kept coming up time and time again. And basically what you do is you craft a mission statement out of these key words. And I think there's a chapter in there about the onion. Is it do, be, I can't remember this part, but it's basically working to the core of who you are from the outside in, or from the future backwards type of thing. And once you've deduced who you are based on, you know, what you've achieved in your life, based on, you know, your perfect scenarios, you can be that person. So I drafted this mission statement. I'm sure I did this in a previous video. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but my mission statement wound up being to inspire people to live bold and authentic lives through my fearless example and writing. And I remember I've used that for years and years. I think I had it framed on the wall at one point, to inspire people to live bold and authentic lives through my fearless example. Did I get that right? And writing. So once that was crafted, suddenly I felt like everything made sense. Everything that I do, everything that I think, that I write, is through that filter, is through a filter of knowing that I need to be an inspiration. And therefore, I'm never embarrassed when I do things that other people might be embarrassed about, because I know it's serving as an example. Like one of the things, because I do identify as genderqueer, and I do have sort of anti-female things going on. Like I don't shave, I don't wear makeup, I don't try and dress in a fashionable sense to accentuate my female body and stuff like this. But I'll walk around in the summer with hairy legs and hairy pits, and it's embarrassing at times, or I'm self-conscious about it, but I do it anyway, because I think if there's one little girl out there who can see that it's okay to be, adult human beings have hair, and if you see me and you see me confident in my skin, you know that you can be that way too when you grow up, and that's very important to me. So this has really, really shifted something in my brain and made me, everything I do through that lens. And it made me stop giving a shit about what people thought. And it also made me realize that I have a destiny, and that it really is, in a sense, out of my control. Like all the things that I do, everything that I do, and I do a lot of crazy, wacky things in my life. I don't know what you know about me, but I was a library technician for most of my life, and then I became a computer technician. But in that time that I've been working, I've had 40 jobs. I'll be 40 next year. I'm 39 years old, and I've had 40 jobs. I mean, you name it, I've done it. Bartended. In 2008, my best friend died. Her name was Angela, incidentally, which is, I think, why I connect to you in some weird way. But 2007, my best friend died. And in 2008, I inherited money, and I went on this crazy 4-month road trip around North America. I saw every state and every province. And just prior to that, I had decided I wanted to be a long-haul truck driver. So I got in Canada, it's called the ACZ or AZ license. You guys call it CDL. But I took lessons and learned how to connect the tractor to the trailer and like the big rig. And I failed the road test the first time. I had to take it again. It was like an exercise in coping with failure. And so I'm a lot like you insofar as I always feel like there's 40 things on the go, and which one should I pick? And my new philosophy on life, or at least the philosophy for the last several years, has been do it all. Do it all. My mom calls them the feathers in my cap. She's always saying, what's your latest feather in your cap? Because I'm always doing something. I'm always striving for some achievement. Not so much an achievement like I don't have any university degrees or anything, not academic achievements, but just crazy things. Like I always wanted to be a politician. I wanted to run for Parliament, and I did 3 times. I came in 4th in a field of 5. I basically got like 2% of the popular vote. I ran for the Green Party of Canada, but I was like on these televised debates, and I used to be on a TV show, a roundtable TV show for discussing political issues and these kinds of things. When I was a little kid, I dreamed about being a politician, So what? I'm not a politician, really, but I did take a stab at it. And I may take a stab at it again in my life. And I may be a truck driver someday. And I mean, I've got my license. It's just a matter of wanting to do it, or getting, in a situation where I have a good job at the moment. It's hard to quit a good job to go into trucking, because it would be a very different lifestyle. Plus I have the 17-year-old cat. But nothing that frightens me. I think so long as I'm living an authentic life and presenting to the world the authentic me, which is it's hard for me not to be authentic, because I've always kind of been this way. But knowing what I know about my mission, and knowing what I know about this bold and authentic and fearless life that I'm destined to lead, I really wanted to share that with you. The other thing, did I have another thing I wanted to share with you? Oh, I already did. It was just about having too many. You said you're always all over the place. You never know which of the many things you want to do, and my philosophy is do it all. I mean, pick one today. What feels right today? Do that today, and if tomorrow's like things are different, do something different tomorrow. But there's no, I think it's awesome to try to be the best person you can be, to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. My latest thing, I was just reading this thing about 30 days. The Morgan Spurlock, the guy who ate McDonald's for 30 days. He says you can do anything for 30 days. So I'm thinking I should walk on my treadmill for 30 days. I know it's kind of a lame thing to try. I do walk on it like 4 days a week, and I was thinking I should aim for 7. Just because I'm a very low energy person, and I need to energize myself a little bit more. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough, and I need to collect the laundry. But it's good to hear from you, Angela. I'm glad you're doing well, and I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know that I always watch your videos. I watch all of them. I love your videos, and I really did connect with what you were saying this round. Have a good one. Bye-bye.